Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Although this is a Babe Ruth quote, and it probably related more so to baseball, I try to implement this quote within my everyday life. Again, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And so what I interpret from that is keep pushing yourself forward regardless of any uncertainties that may arise. And I've really lived through this in regards to my teaching, in regards to my education, and in regards to life in itself. And so we'll dig a little bit deeper into that when we discuss each item. And today I'm going to give my culture artifact speech, and I'm going to actually discuss 3 items. I'm going to discuss an item that represents my past, an item that represents my present, and an item that represents my future. Now before we jump into the item that represents my past, I'd like to discuss this bag here first, which has all of the items inside of it. And so, as you can see, it's a little floral print, nothing too special, but I actually purchased this when I went on my trip to Seattle about a year ago. I do not travel very much just because I personally do not have the financial needs as a previous student to just go and explore and try all these new things. But now that I'm in my career, I am more so able to do that. I just need to save and really want to go out of my comfort zone. But whenever I look at this bag, I think, hey, adventure's out there, Cecilia. You can do it. Maybe when things settle down a little bit more, I'll push myself out of my comfort zone and really get myself out there. So now that I've discussed my bag, the significance of my bag, let's jump into an item that represents my past, which happens to be this little treasure chest here, you see? So my sister actually purchased this for me about 2-3 years ago, and it's not necessarily the chest in itself that holds meaning to me, it's the bunch of items inside of it that do. And so one item in particular that I would like to discuss is this little wristband here, and it's one of those little medical wristbands that they put on you when you go to the hospital. And so very recently, I needed to go to the emergency room because of my anxiety. And so at times my anxiety really does get bad, and I've been managing through it, I've been working through it, I've been talking to my healthcare profession about it. But a reason why this represents my past is because when I first took a public speaking class, I had so many nerves. And I thought it was just the same as everyone else, of course, but going through my education experience, those nerves never went away. That anxiety never went away. It got really bad when I was in graduate school, and fortunately for me, I had a really great healthcare professional who helped me kind of go through and manage my anxiety. And so something that I really want to focus on here is that, you know, your health really does matter. I know you all have a lot going on in your lives, and I think back to my past and I think about the different experiences that I've had and how much anxiety I have tried to work through. But just know that, you know, you're not alone. You really are not alone. You've got this. I'm here for you. Other people are also here for you, and you can do it. You can definitely do it. If I can do it, I sincerely feel that you can do it. I don't know how I am where I am today, but I know that I've pushed myself so much out of my comfort zone. And if it weren't for that, I don't know where I'd be today. And so now that I've discussed an item that represents my past, let me get into an item that represents my present. So the item that represents my present is actually a book. It's this book here. And it's titled, She Just Wants to Forget. And so this book is just a bunch of different poems, and when I look at this book, I think of change. That's really all it is change. It's not necessarily all of the content within inside of it. I know it talks about a lot of relationships here, and that is also part of it as well. But for me in particular, I look at this book and I think about change, I think about progress, I think about growth, and that's really where I'm at in my life. There are a lot of different things that are going on with my family, with me, in the world today, and so whenever I look at this book, and whenever I look at the other books that are, again, next to my TV, right when I wake up, it's like the first thing that I look at, I think change. It's bound to happen, it's bound to occur, and I am forever growing as an individual, and that's really where I'm at today, growth. So now that I've discussed an item that represents my present, let me discuss an item that represents my future. So my final item that represents my future is this Walt Disney mug. And so I've never been to Walt Disney World. My sister actually purchased this for me when she went on vacation. And it has all of these cute little pictures of, you see there? They're adorable, I love them. But when I look at this Walt Disney mug, I just think about how much more is ahead of me. And so I think about particularly taking care of my parents, taking them out, taking them to Hawaii, to Florida, traveling with them, and really getting to experience life with my family and with my friends, and just getting myself out of my comfort zone. Because for a long portion of time, my anxiety really hurt me in that I didn't want to try new things. I didn't want to put myself out there. I just kind of was in my own little bubble, and I was like, you know what, this is just kind of how things are supposed to be. And I was able to kind of get out of that rut, and I was able to really find myself within these past 10 years while I was going to school. And so whenever I look at this, I think the future, yes, it's ahead of us, and we have the ability to make change. And so now that I've discussed an item that represents my past, which happens to be this little treasure chest here full of a bunch of items, an item that represents my present, this book, as well as an item that represents my future, this cute little Walt Disney mug, I hope that you all have a better understanding of who I am as an individual. And going back to that quote that I previously stated, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I know many of you have anxiety giving these presentations. I understand that. I had so much anxiety giving these presentations. I know that many of you are going through far more than what this particular class entails. And just know, going back to my past, even my present and my future, know that you can do it. I believe in you. I know that there are many people within our institution who do believe in you. If you need to talk, if you need someone to reach out to, talk to me, reach out to me. We can discuss anything in regards, like if you're worried about this class, let's discuss it. If you have a lot of communication apprehension, let's talk about it. But just know you are never alone. I am here for you as much as I possibly can be here for you. I wish that we could meet more so in person, but we can also meet online. We could also meet through Zoom. We could also email. So just talk to me. We will work through this class together. I'm excited to learn more about the rest of you, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.